I'll defend you in court, every exploit, and I'll use my resorts to defend you in court. Ah, this was a fail. I went in with no plan. Oh well. My client's the only one who stands beside me. My affair got kidnapped by a strange French guy. I'll defend you in court till the day I die. Down, 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 down. I'm Phoenix Wright, I walk alone. Down, 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 down. I'm Phoenix Wright, I walk alone. Welcome everybody to another Phoenix Wright stream. And of course, as always, we gotta give me an audio check. And it's very important today because I have to do it with my brand new headset, which is actually higher quality than the ones I usually get, so hopefully I sound beautiful. Yeah, I sound pretty fine. Hello, Matthias. And hello, Calum. Thank you, Calum, for making that art. You didn't need to announce it. I mean, that art isn't going to be applicable for a little bit now. The game's not coming out for a bit still. But I am still thankful that you are making it at all. So I think you are allowed to do whatever you want. In the last episode, we began our trial defending Matt on guard. And well, it's been a little rocky. We're really pulling at straws and such. We got very lucky that Edgeworth just happened to have somebody we wanted to call as a witness on his roll. So because of that, I don't know, maybe we can pull out a win here. That being said, we still don't know where Maya is, but I'm pretty sure she escaped. Oh, also, Francesca got shot! I wonder if we'll learn more about that. Yes, Ice, you are allowed to compliment me at all times. Everyone is allowed to compliment the Kneale. But with that, let's go ahead and get started. March 22nd. I need to drink something. I swallowed a carrot just now, and it's like, hey, Kneale, I'm in your throat still. And I'm like, stop it, carrot. And it's like, no, Kneale, I want to do throat stuff with you. You're my baby, right, Kneale? And I'm like, no, carrot, I have a boyfriend. His name is Elvish. And the carrot's like, no, you don't. Forget about that Elvish guy. Didn't he dump you the other day? And I'm like, but with that, let's continue to the Pepsi. Alright, now let's start the fucking game, because that's what you're actually here to see. March 22nd, 2:14 p.m., District Court Defendant Lobby, number 3. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian, no way, not cool, and collected Adrian Andrews? She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. And yourself, of course, because you're totally the fucking murderer. So, after the ceremony, during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See? She could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your oh, wait, that's me. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hamaka. Hakama. Hakamakamaca. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it was really her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Carita. Juan Carita. But why? I thought she was buds with one. Sexual buds. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the end of the time when the trial is over in the future at the present tense. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer? I have a name, you shit. Phoenix. You think your motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have it hidden was Juan Carita, the victim of this murder. Juan Carita. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Carita. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts. Oh, fuck, it was Edgeworth. Shit. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet, bitch. We are gonna get fucked like crazy if you don't have a strategy up your ass. March 22nd, 2:25 p.m. District Court Room, number 3. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. Sorry about that, well, you do sometimes look very feminine. In fact, didn't a female play you in that musical? Actually, I'm not sure if that was a female or not. I'm bad with genders, you see. Anyways, Mr. Excessior Non-Binary Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Carita's room. Juan Carita. Juan Carita. Put down that card. This is a professional event, you stupid swine. What is your occupation? I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ungard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes? Sure, what is it? I'm sure everyone in this courtroom is wondering the same thing. And would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland, and I certainly am not shit-talking everybody in this fucking courtroom behind their back with the bailiff. Why would you think that? Even if I do think that Phoenix's hair is too spiky and his nose looks like an ostrich's beak. Phoenix Wright did get a musical. An actual musical. It's all in Japanese, but it's real. He also got a movie and an anime. By the way, I must apologize, ladies and gents. I'll probably be looking at the chat less than usual, but I will try to look from time to time. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about the victim and your relationship. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Karita. It's a private matter between Juan and myself. We were hardcore banging each other's brains out. It was a pretty regular thing, not super regular. I wouldn't say it was like weekly, it was more like twice a week. Would you say that's regular? I don't know if that's regular. Anyways, long story short, we were banging. So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. Long story short, you were fucking, correct? Yes, Your Honor, we were fucking. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. Shit fuck. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim. Now, Miss Andrews. Very well. Then, witness, please testify to the court. About what happened when you discovered the murder had taken place. Didn't Francesca get shot? Are we not worried about that? She got shot! Alright. When I found the body. It was time for the show to start. So, I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. Juan Carita's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. That's why I drank tomato juice. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself out a glass of juice. Wait a minute! You did this in the room with the corpse? Oh, God, a dead body! Oh, shit! What a waste of human life! Oh, I'm so fucking thirsty! Let me just, oh, please, delicious tomato juice, rejuvenate me from this terrible... much fucking better! Now I can take on the world, regardless of this fucking corpse, with a knife in it and a rope-strangled scarf! You're a dumbass and a liar! Oh, I'm going to faint. Juice! I felt as if I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of fucking... Fuck that line. You poured yourself a glass of juice after you saw a dead corpse. Do you think I'm fucking stupid? Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the crime scene. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving one thing. And also, I may or may not have spilled tomato juice everywhere. Happens. Happens. And that is when the fingerprint... Oh, and that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yeah, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontation. You should you should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So, you have to attack what she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. You understand me? Okay. Yeah, this is getting pressed. Juice? Yeah, obviously. There was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. Because of course, when there's a fucking corpse, tomato juice is the only remedy. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Oh right, Phoenix is right, that glass was full. Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. This wine glass is weird. Usually I can figure out what's going on with, the game and how Phoenix is gonna figure it out. But I really don't know, did she put the wine glass there? Did the killer do it? And why is there a wine glass? Nobody drank from it, apparently. Weird. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Wait a minute! So your big argument was, oh, I needed to get a thing of juice because I felt like I was gonna faint. So you got that thing of juice, were able to pour the tomato juice, because it's clearly not wine, tomato juice into the wine glass, and then, without spilling any, mind you, picked up the wine glass, put it on the table, and then just fucking left it? What do you mean? What? You didn't drink any? Why? None of this makes sense! Jesus. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring... What do you mean, Phoenix?! There's a big glaring contradiction there! Why the fuck did she... I warned you earlier that she would not be easy to crack. The only way to make her talk... And my voice is cracking like nuts today. The only way to make her talk is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong defensive evidence. I have to find something. I just have to. For Maya's sake. Alright. This one's talking about the dead body. You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Kurita. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Edgeworth? Is that some sexism I detect? God knows that a woman would totally be shocked after seeing a dead corpse. Well, for the record, I feel like anybody should be shocked. I'd be shocked, but... Jesus, Edgy. Somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. Miss Andrews, I would like to... Wait a minute! Edgeworth! You think she's beautiful? But what about me? I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Wankarita, you were in great shock? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? This is the voice you have given her, Kneale. You had to stick to it. I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Oh, I think we found a clue. Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Yeah, press further. Oh shit, the music stopped. Miss Andrews! I am convinced that as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. Shit. What I really want to know is, what is this mistake? Actually, so would I. I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked down the flower vase. Wait a minute. I thought the flower vase fell during the struggle. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? She knocked it over? This mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? Is it important? Didn't they say at one point the guitar case wasn't important to the information? I'm sorry. Wait a minute! I just realized something. Oh, I figured it out. Oh, you guys are gonna see. You guys are gonna see. Sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I got you now, bitch! I'm sorry. I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Shit. Oh, my health! My poor innocent health! Alright, well, I know what to do. Where is it? Oh, wait, I passed it.
Objection!
You testified that you knocked over the flower vase, correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? But that fucker only got water on the top and not the inside, meaning it was closed when the flower vase fell. Is there a problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that on top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what's so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell on the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at this crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? Oh, and what is wrong with that, bitch? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shard should be inside the case, not outside the case.
Objection!
He's got a point. What is your point, Wright? The one that Kneale already acknowledged you have. That the case was closed at the time of the vase was knocked over. No, that it was opened after the murder. Is that all?
Objection!
No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case.
Objection!
But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. Incorrect. Shit. That may very well be, however, Arg, the antique guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? No, dude, why was it opened after the murder? It seems that there is no deeper meaning to this guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Yeah, make her testify. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. No, dude, you're onto something. What was in the guitar case? There had to be something in it, otherwise, why was it opened after the murder? Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. Ah. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. Why did you just open it for no reason, lady? As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. What? You wouldn't do it without a reason. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, go ahead and start my cross-examination. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak, spineless, not good at satisfying a woman man. But perhaps good at satisfying a man. Let us try together, Phoenix. Alright. But she got the juice. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Shit. Well, you see... Are you sure you were the one who opened the guitar case? Shit. Shit. She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. I suppose I must... Oh, this is bullshit. Press the shit out of that. Oh, we put the hands down. So, you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Shit. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Karita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
Objection!
As the witness has said multiple times when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was in it or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. It's not a big deal, though. The case was empty after all. Oh, I'm pressing the shit out of that. There was someone in that case. Was it really empty? Shit fuck? Oh, that's shit ass. Shit ass? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
Objection!
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time you would pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. God, my health is so low. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Well, this is all that's left to press, so... We press this, we press everything. I think the second one was the longest running one. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. Shit. Shit. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now. Alright, we need to press, we need to press the second statement, right? I was planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest moment now. So, this is our chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. Okay. I don't remember too clearly. Well, maybe we have to present the guitar case? Maybe? Do we have the guitar case? We do. Empty, there is, some water only on top of the lid bears Karita's fingerprints. Okay. Let's try this. Your Honor, what do you think about this witness's statement? I'm not sure I follow you. Oh, shit! I forgot to go to her second statement! Oh, no! No, please! Oh, Jesus! Oh, no, now I had to do it again, but on her second statement. Okay. Please be correct.
Objection!
Oh, thank you, Jesus. There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? Because it didn't have your fingerprints, right? It's elementary, my dear Watson. Because the only fingerprints on... Yeah, because the only fingerprints on this case are those of the victim. So, was she wearing, like, gloves, or did she wipe them off? Oh, or did the water wipe them off? I have no idea. What is this about, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left fingerprints on the case just because I touched it. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course, I was dressed for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm sure, almost positive, I was wearing gloves. You lying jerk! Your fingerprints are on the fucking wine glass! I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. Yeah, no, that's fucking strange. She had her fingerprints on the wine glass. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that you would prove? Yeah. Yeah, right there. Your fingerprints are on the wine glass, you liar.
Take that!
I have proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Ugh! What the what was that? I just watched the replay. Her glasses disintegrated and she pulled out another pair. Order! Order! Looks like you hit the nail on the coffin this time. Shit-ass. What do you mean? I believe the guitar case plays a very important role here, because it had something in it. Maybe... No, not the murder weapon. The murder weapon was like a scarf. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty, though. But the the bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. Yeah? You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Can't, that's not right either. Could it have theoretically been a black guitar, or a green guitar, or... Oh my god, I figured it out. The murderer is a rainbow-colored guitar! Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for a gay guitar. I admit, it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case... Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us into his misguidance.
Objection!
No. Your Honor, please recall that Ms. Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. Which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. This is what I figured out too. However, it was wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
Objection!
If you are so sure, Mr. Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us to what that guitar case has anything to do with the murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar was not being... Wait, what? The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest a black guitar? I understand your reasoning. It is a gay guitar. There is a gay guitar out there killing people. And we will find this gay guitar and bring it to justice. This homosexual guitar has done too much murder with the shine of a rainbow. But now, I, the judge of this courtroom, will find this gay guitar and use all my powers of the law to bring it to justice! Aha! So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, Mr. Wright? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? My health! Oh no! And I can't go back to save! Fuck me! Okay, I gotta take this super seriously. To see Celeste. Her suicide note! But I don't have her suicide note. Lotta's photo? Wait a minute. Holy fuck! It was the costume! It was the costume! It was the Nickel Samurai costume, and she wore it! Wait a minute, why would that be in the guitar case? She did, this is the only lead I have. We don't have the suicide note. I don't know. I think it's the Nickel Samurai costume. I'm not sure about this. Ah! This is just a photograph. I think I got it. Yes, but what is important is what is in the picture, Your Honor. In this picture. It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai costume! Da na 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 na. This is such a good song! What? Mortis! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right. Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar to oh, shit, wait. Isn't the Nickel Samurai... Uh-oh. Wait, I got it right, though. I thought the Nickel... Huh? Okay. The Nickel Samurai suit isn't a guard suit, it's okay, I think I dumbassed my way through it. What insane point would there be into doing something like that? That insane point would be... Oh, I kept my button on X. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity. I did figure this out. So she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? Shit fuck. I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support this preposterous idea? Maybe. Just outside the door was an investigative reporter who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Order! Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Yeah. Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know, my strategy is speak first, think later. Oh, Phoenix, I was thinking one step ahead. I may have pulled a dumbass, but even my most dumb is my most smart. Yes. So, the real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Objection!
Wait a second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai would have been Mr. Matt Unguard's costume. Why would something of the defendant be in the victim's room? That's a good question. And inside the guitar case of all places. So he could sneak it in? Or so she could sneak it in? That is baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would have liked to hear your thoughts. What was the Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? Well... Oh, shit! Which one did I pick? Mr. Ungart did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. Okay? What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? Yes, that is what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the German ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could the reason behind such a peculiar act be? Shit. And therein lies the sticking point.
Objection!
What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any inner sense of monologue? Huh? No, I just... Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai's spare costume? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Also, you have 1 fucking health, so make it count, bitch. Well... Well, and then answer with gusto. Okay. So... Alright. This is what I think. The real reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai suit to spare... Okay. Since the Nickel Samurai was set to confess something at the post-ceremony, radio transceiver, loudest camera, magazine clipping... One's autopsy report, strangled with a scarf. I have a theory, but I don't know if it's legit. It's the only thing I can think of to why one would have Matt's costume. What if, and hear me out, this is kind of a leap. We keep talking about this press conference. I think I just read something about it. What if he set up the press conference and he was gonna read the suicide note or something, like live on stage? I think it's this. I don't know, but I think it's this. I looked through, I didn't see anything else that was obvious. So I think it's this. I'm pressing the button. What is this? Oh, come on, come on. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Phew. On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. Shit. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by Juan and Adrian, by none other than the victim himself, Juan Corrida. The victim? Yes. The spare nickel samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference at the as the Nickel Samurai. Not at the Nickel Samurai. He is a person, not a location, Your Honor. He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I'm concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference. He was gonna read the suicide note! The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Mad on Guard. Yes, I guess that is what that would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's a public disclosure. Miss Andrews? Miss Andrews? I can see why you are pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Miss Andrews, please, offer us an explanation for this. I was the one who asked to help it set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looked like somehow Juan had in possession of his a powerful secret. So powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career, had it ever been revealed. What? And do you know what the secret of Mr. Ungard's is, Miss Andrews? Shit. That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. And we didn't get any Cyclops, so she's probably telling the truth. I see. Shit. I've probably been coming off as quite suspicious to everyone. But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect Mr. Ungard? And yet again, another strange bit of truths come to light. So, just so I'm clear, it wasn't a gay guitar? Because if it was a gay guitar, I am all about catching that thing. I need a gay guitar for my band. Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Protecting Matt. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence. Of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. Alright. This does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. But, wait. Did she still wear the suit and exit the room? We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with her testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep in mind that as you cross-examine Mr. Wright, just before you finish that sentence, we are very close to death. Alright, continue. Looks like somehow everything is swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Why did you have that feeling? Would you say that your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone is doing something, you need 3 things. 3 things. A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. I did know that, Mia! They didn't teach that to us in school. At least, not from what I remember. Phoenix! You went to a shitty school! May I continue now? Matt had to kill Juan. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing. He was sleeping, wasn't he? My thoughts were confirmed by evidence, of course, the button and the knife. Let's press this. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Guard was taking a nap in his room? Oh, we got her. We got her. Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover up for Mr. Guard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he was honestly sleeping. You are a bit late. You missed the gospel of a gay guitar, Kristen. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with that. What Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for people here in this courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy. Stop reading my thoughts! My thoughts were confirmed, sure. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the buttons? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama. Isn't that correct? Pleats? What's a pleat? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Erk. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove anything. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Shit. Shit. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews? Oh, Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to the testimony. Sorry. My other personality, the Mudge, came out for a second. Wright hasn't lost his mojo, we're good. That button was torn off Juan during his fight with Man on Guard. Okay, we just got this, so this needs to be the thing we need evidence for, so... Let's look at the crime photo. Okay, I don't see anything here. Oh, Juan's autopsy report. Strangled with the scarf, then stabbed. So there wasn't a fight, right? Was there? It's ripped. This?
Objection!
Oh, okay. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Yeah, that probably would have had to been stealthy, right? Strangulation. The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it. Which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume when... after the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly. Which means... it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight! That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body. Order, order! What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim was already dead? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this button off the victim's body? That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Shit! Mr. Wright! Does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? He wanted to fucking pin the crime on Mr. Engard. That one was obvious. There is only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Engard. Oh, it's not my acting. I'm just getting into it. Shit. There is no way anyone would... Fuck. There is no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. That's right. Mr. Engard was set up. By the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? Or should I say, D killer? Ha, ha. I'm a funny judge. Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet, not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. Engard is... Adrian, right?
Take that!
But is this true? How does D Killer play into it if it's actually her? Miss Adrian Andrews! I choose you! Go, Squirtle! You are Mr. Wankarita's murderer! What? Order, order, order! Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence to support your charge? Any evidence? Miss Andrews. How preposterous! You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then, what about this knife? What about it? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. Also, your voice is cracking. That's a very particular acting choice by Kneale, not an accident, to make sure that we can tell the difference between you when you're calm and cool, and you when you're not in a good state of mind. Anyways, fuck off! A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only have been taken from this room. His room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you, motherfucker. Ah! My glasses! Good thing I have infinite glasses. Then... If only Velma from Scooby-Doo had infinite glasses. What about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? Oh, I have spit all over my phone. Because I have been acting my little heart out. This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence into his goddamn pants. Ugh! More glasses! The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Ungard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is yet again you, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? That is also another piece of evidence that is incriminating Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It only could have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Andrews. No.
Objection!
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it is you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. Shit! Shit fuck. That's right! I'm gonna look at the chat for a minute. I haven't been looking at it. I'm getting into this. Sorry. I do like a woman with a pair of glasses. The new channel art looks a little too crowded. Yep, it's really just a placeholder for now. I actually like it even though it's crowded. On your cell phone, it might not look right, but on a laptop, it does look very good. Oh wait, I think I might have said that wrong. On a laptop, it looks good. On a cell phone, it might not look right. I think it's good. I like it for now. We are going to be changing it, though. Shit fuck! That's right! That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a very different story. Miss Andrews purposefully, purposely is the way I say it, and it's the way I always am going to say it. Purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. Ah! And to top it all off, there is this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this is the Nickel Samurai Mr. Ungard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Shit fuck! Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? God, Phoenix, you are just going for it, my boy! Please, please, stop! Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Shit. Miss Andrews? Shit, I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Dude, is she confessing? Maybe Matt is innocent. Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ngard's room, Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what I have said. Just discussed, understood? Alright. Shit. That's it. That's when Francesca planted this idea in her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. Yeah, I'm super into this. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? Shit, fuck! What's so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to prove a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Kurita. A motive. Miss Andrews! Did you want to kill Mr. Kurita? I believe that this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But fuck yeah, I wanted to kill him. I know we bound, but yeah. You know, I'm like a black widow. Sometimes I want to kill the people I bang. It happens. Natural, of course. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There is nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I should be guilty of, due to my silence. But we know you're guilty of something, bitch! No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we've landed into the worst possible situation. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof. Just to be safe. But that's not true! In this situation, there's only one thing this court can do. And that is declare a recess. A recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial, oh, fuck me. Maya! Tomorrow? No, that's not my stomach growling. That's my dog snoring. D. Snore. D. D, go back to snoring. Doggo. D. He stopped to make me look like a dumbass. I don't know if Edgeworth will still sleep with Phoenix. Things are very tense right now, Kristen. We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then...
Hold it!
Hold it, motherfuckers! Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... Shit-ass. But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... Edgeworth! It is not impossible for this trial to continue. He's saving us! Shit fuck! Mr. Edgeworth, what are you... It's true, Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but... Actually, there's one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. Shit! When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a dead body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So, my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. I don't think it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. I just don't know. The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, fucking keep going. When I found the body, yeah, we found the body, yeah, the victim's body. Covered in blood, alright. Murdered corpse, alright. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired, looking in the corner. just to be safe. When I saw him like that, I thought that he was dead. The thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Wait a minute! What? 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 When you saw this, you couldn't tell he was dead? Wait a minute! Wait a minute! That's the contradiction! The knife wasn't in his chest when she saw him. She put it there. She's the murderer, Diego! We did it! Where the fuck is Mortis? Mortis! Come here! I'm trying to be a lawyer! When I saw him sitting like that, yeah, bullshit, lady! To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. Bullshit! Bullshit! When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked over the flower vase. Bowl. So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix? Was that the hiccups? I have the hiccups. Phoenix, be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with his testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the fuck is going on in that brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yeah, I'm gonna go press the one I found problems with immediately. Yeah, that's shit. No, press, darling. You're a lying little jerk. Then what did your Then what? Wait a minute, I don't even need to press this. I'm gonna just present the crime photo after this. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. Okay, that one makes a little sense, but he had a knife in his chest! And then felt tired, so... after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see. So you didn't think it was dead at all. The knife, you idiots! The knife! I got you. I'm not 100% confident, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. But I got you, lady. I've got you. Where is it? Aha!
Objection!
Eat it! So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Ah! What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corita's chest! Anyone who saw the scene would have immediately thought that there was a dead man there! You see... I doubt a single person in the world could mistake this for someone who has fainted. And then, so nonchalantly, go pour something to drink. Your point is? Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you're the real killer. Shit. No! No! Padme! It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Juan Mr. Mad on Guard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible! You're wrong. Kristen comments, Mortis is like, Dad, you're embarrassing me. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear it. He's the only one who could have killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? Shit. I refuse to testify. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Matungard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. It's kind of uncharacteristic and it's kind of weird for the game itself, but it happens a lot. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ungard.
Objection!
Edgeworth! Your Honor. The prosecution feels that would be a bit premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. Bitch. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you talking about? Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head. As long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Ungard will go free. And in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie! I don't believe you! Lady, it's clear at this point that's what's happening. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Francesca von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrew lives by gripping tightly onto the words of others. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Madame Guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and she is clinging onto them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get a not guilty. That is my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help! Please! Someone help me! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did, and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except for the woman crying over there, right? Come on now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Phoenix Wright? Well, I don't think she's guilty. I legitimately think Ungard had something to do with it. We had to force her to testify. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews! I would like to know what you are really hiding. Mr. Wright! Are you sure you know what you're doing? Sure, Mr. Ungard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want the trial to end? Be quiet! How dare you! You're trying to trick me! That's enough! I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong! Shit. Oh, he's got a plan. What a shame. Shit fuck! I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose to the courtroom Stop! Mr. Edgeworth! Is he gonna force her? This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she's tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop! Please! No matter how much you want to hide it, there's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I am going to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. Dude, Edgeworth? I think this might be illegal. She's pleading the fifth, bro. The secret of her dependent nature? Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please, please stop, I beg you. If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is no concern to me. God damn, Edgeworth! Shit, fuck! Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die... Jesus, Edgy! He's getting edgy! I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips! Shit! No matter what I have to do. Shit! So will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. Shit. I'll talk. But please help me. Nothing matters anymore. My crime. This is gonna be loaded. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Oh, I get it. Once I made sure there was no one in the hall, I dashed back to Matt's room. That way she could... She framed Matt. Mortis, my boy, you came at just the right time. Come sit with your daddy. We gotta get this lady to open it. Mortis, get off of the mic. We gotta get this lady to do something. I'm not even sure what at this point. But we gotta get more info, buddy. You and me, Mort. And then, I stabbed one's dead body with a knife and ripped the button off. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, she was trying to frame someone with her murder. Wasn't she, Bubby? Can you guys hear his purrs? Can you hear the kitty purrs? I don't know if they're loud enough, but maybe you can hear them. Anyways, stab the body with the knife, but why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What? What do you mean by all this? It might take this courtroom a little while to understand, but... this is the truth. The real killer is Matt! That scumbag of a man! I'll never forgive him! He's trying to escape his guilt again! Just like last time. Celeste. Last time? So Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carita, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Madame God for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. Are you chewing on the cord, Mort? Bad kitty. Mort, no. Mort, no, this isn't playtime. Stop. Bad kitty. You're a cute kitty, though. You're a beautiful little boy. My crime. When I first saw him... Oh, we already said all this. Well, shit! Well, how are we gonna get the acquittal if we know she's not guilty? Fuck! Phoenix is the inner thoughts. Oh, edgy baby, I'm so gonna bang you. I mean, I think Phoenix's inner thoughts are, dude, I'm just trying to save Maya. But he can't tell her that. Not yet. Alright, so... when I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Let's press this. But you could tell from the state of the room that he was in that there must have been a fight. Oh. Sadly, it looks like I'm gonna have to end the stream here, guys. I know this was a very climactic moment, but it's just what has to happen. So, I will see you all in the next episode, and thank you for being in my jury. Have a good one, and we will figure out what's going on with Adrian Chase in the next episode. Wait, her last name was Adrian Andrews. Adrian Chase is someone from Arrow. Goodbye!